everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Smoke and Mirrors. This episode is brought to you by the feeling in the pit of my stomach that I may be a jack-o'-lantern and may have been a pumpkin that had all of my guts just carved out and spilled on the floor. Now here's a song. HALLOWWA spells racist Christmas. Don't do it near me. And now here they are, your invenerable host, Carlos Karim Wyndham. All right, let's smoke, huh? Eesh. It's magic. Oh my goodness. Hey, happy Tuesday. Have you bevy? I have. Fucks cup full. Gotta get some fucks up and in so that I have some to give. And working on that one very diligently. Today is a great show. We haven't had a guest in a while. We're gonna do that in a bit. First, let's get through all the fucking shit that we do, so that we can get to the thing, and then we'll keep it going. For those who don't know where you are, or what you're watching right now, I'm sorry, but this is Smoke and Mirrors. And the number of names that you see scrolling across that screen are the patrons. You could become a patron your own self by going to the Patreon at Smoke and Mirrors CCB. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe over there on YouTube and Facebook. And if you would like to drop 5 on it, you can do that. You can do that at the Venmo at Carlos-Wyndham. You can do that at the Cash App at $CK Wyndham, PayPal /me.CK Wyndham. You see the Patreon there in the chats. Producer Tracy's there. Joshua's here. We're doing the thing. It's Tuesday. You know how we do. Hey, I am so happy to be here with all of you. Life is still. I talked about that a little bit a little bit last time, where life was still, and now it also still is. So we're all making our way through. Hope you are making your way through too. I hope that you're finding some peace, a little bit of solace, maybe some laughter. And short of all of that, you are keeping your rage focused appropriately on white people. Let's see. I have a single guest today, which is the way that we do it here under the Philosopher's Tree. Again, if you don't know, the person who's going to be joining me is a comedian here in Portland. Collaborator, dear friend, who is been coming to some bit of national and international attention as of the last couple of weeks, and took me on part of that ride. And boy, it's a ride. It's a ride. We're going to talk about all that. Dahlia Delu Belle is going to be with me also, hosting this Thursday. You see it on the screen right there. That is the Aftermath. The Aftermath, live comedy and music for the apocalypse, last Thursday of every month. And we bring you a variety of comedic talents as well as musical talents on the occasions on which we are able. That is also in the chats. Go ahead and get your tickets. $10 advance ticket, $10 at the door, and we would love to see you there. And so with all of that, how's she feeling? She ready?
Oh, always.
All right, please welcome here beneath the Philosopher's Tree, my friend, my collaborator, my colleague, and hey, it's Dahlia Belle. Come on, give it up, give it up.
Yay! I'm just also trying to watch your show at the same time on my laptop.
That's got to be
And
fun. So it's like 3 seconds behind everything, I'm guessing.
exactly, yeah, I just realized that in this moment when I looked over and I'm like, that's not me. So
Yeah, it's not. We tried to do what we could in the green room, and we were really far behind
yeah,
in
yeah.
terms of getting everything piped in. Hey, look at that! Producer Tracy's all over the YouTubes and the Facebooks, putting it in. Go ahead, get it. Hey, Dahlia.
Hi.
Huh.
Uh,
What's
we're
new?
still doing this. What's new? On topic or in my life in general?
Yeah, let's start life in general. Yeah, to your observation, yeah, I'm still doing this. It's
Yeah.
I promised that I would try to keep this up for until the pandemic ended.
So forever.
Yeah, I did not know that white folks were giving me a lifetime contract. I didn't know that Kyrie Irving is part of it too. So it's not just white folks. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
It's the wealthy. It's the wealthy and the
Yeah.
whites.
Ignorance is universal.
Yeah. How are you? What's going on with you, General? Let's start general.
Generally, we have a friend who's visiting us from Texas, uh, for a week, so that's been
Nice.
pleasant.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did they get out?
That's a great question.
Yeah, I would imagine maybe smuggled out in a cart of books because nobody at the border would have been able to prove them to be books.
Yeah, it's a hoot. Um, what else is new? There's a bunch of things I can't actually talk about because of, unsigned contracts and
Well, that's exciting. Unsigned
maybe.
contracts and secrets that we can't talk about means that there might be things in the works. That's always nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. Good. Excited about Thursday? You excited about Thursday?
Oh yeah, Thursday's going to be amazing. I have a show at the Blind Ox right before ours. I
Oh,
was going
wow.
to tell you about this at some point in time, but I apparently didn't until right now on your show.
So you're going to be at the
So I
Blind
may be
Ox?
running, yeah, I'll be at the Blind Ox at around 8,
Okay.
and then running over well, speeding over in a car to
Carefully.
Alberta Street Pub.
Carefully.
Of course, very carefully, very sober. And I will be sober at that point. So I will get to our venue probably a little late, and then I'll get blackout drunk
There we go. Good. We'll
and
just
make
make.
myself your responsibility.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm glad that I got it. I make sure that we work out our playlist for the folks before
Yeah,
that night commences, so I have something on in the room for the people when they get there.
beautiful. There we go.
Who are we having tomorrow? Do you remember? Do you have everybody's names off the top of your top? Or am I putting
Uh,
us both on
Not
blast?
tomorrow, but Thursday.
Thursday. Sorry.
Uh, yeah. So we have Rochelle Cody,
Mm.
we have Lydia Manning, and we have Amanda Lynn Deal headlining.
Come on, y'all. Come on,
Yeah.
y'all. Better
And
do it.
whoever the musical guest is.
Well, we'll see. May not be a musical guest this month, but you know what? 5 comedians is certainly worth your $10. Better do it.
That is true.
Better do
And
it.
we could always hit up Haven or Emoji.
Oh, that. Oh, let's talk to Emoji. That would be
See
lovely.
what I'm saying?
That would be lovely. Y'all looking at planning backstage. What's going on? This is how sausage gets made. Uh, man. So okay. All right. Um. Well, I'll be damned if there hasn't been quite a lot of traction that has been happening based on an op-ed that you offered to the Guardian. Thank you for the invitation and opportunity to participate in some of the thinking around it, contributing a joke or two. Really, really appreciate that. How has the reception to your op-ed been? Your op-ed, just to give some folks some context, was about a little special of comedy on Netflix, offered by one young David Chappelle.
Yeah.
How's that been for you?
It has been unpleasant to say the very least.
Mm.
I mean, to be honest, I don't want to be negative about it. Most of the feedback has been very positive. A lot of people reaching out to me, from within community, and by community I mean Black and brown, queer and trans folk, voicing their support, and that keeps me going. It keeps me pushing through. It reminds me that the work I do, the work we do, the what I write, the things I say on stage do matter more than just the 2 drink tickets.
Mm. Mm. Well, let's take a step back. What when we're talking about the closer, for anybody who and I'm maybe somebody has not seen it, has not heard any of the controversies surrounding it that are not just controversies held in your mind. This is seemed to spark something of a global reaction. What was the content of your original op-ed?
Yeah, so assuming everyone knows basically what Closer is about, and stuff, I just broke down the holes in the argument presented and may have noted that as far as comedy is concerned, it wasn't very funny because jokes have punchlines and stuff like that.
Right.
So I may have pointed that out, and I may have also pointed out what we all should already know by now, namely that Dave Chappelle kind of hates Black women.
Facts on facts.
So yeah, little things, little details like that.
Facts on facts. When you were when you approached me about watching this thing, right? And I want to ask you this because I had absolutely no intention of looking. This was going to be the first time in my life that for one of his hours I was opting out. I was like, okay, you know what?
Me too.
The first one of these, okay, you've been off of the scene for 10 years, maybe. I don't know. It wasn't good, but all right. Second one, okay, maybe it'll get funnier. Didn't. Third one, that was mean, and I was out. I was gone, and then I got the call from you to have a look at this. What transpired to make that happen?
So I'll be perfectly blunt about this. I feel like we were set up.
Okay.
I'm going to be real honest.
Let's go. About it. Oh, I love this. Yes.
Yeah. But I feel set up because I also had opted out of watching this garbage fest. But I received a call the morning before I contacted you from a colleague by the name of Jeffrey J., who is a much more established comic who happens to also be a trans man, also known as a man. So Jeffrey called me and was like, hey, I got a request from The Guardian to write a piece on Dave Chappelle's new special. So I forced myself to watch it finally. And there's so many layers of trans misogynoir that I am not comfortable touching it. And I think you would be the better person to write this piece.
Mm.
And thus, I forced myself to watch it. And then I wrote in three or four of my friends and forced all of you to also watch it and all walk away thoroughly activated and re traumatized.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much
And
so.
now I have become professionally transgender um, and the voice of our people, I guess, for the next month.
So what does that meant? What does that mean? What does that look like for folks who don't know? Certainly, and I don't know who that would be. Who would be under the philosopher's tree with us? I hear once in a while that this can be true. If somebody is unfamiliar with the phenomenon of becoming the topical flavor of the month, right?
Hmm.
What does that mean precisely? Both to your schedule, what's happening, what has popped off since the article?
Yeah. I have constant requests for interviews, most of which I turn down because I write jokes, um, primarily about my booty hole. I write jokes about gay sex. That's my career, okay? That's all it is. It's it's just like a half hour of dick jokes and a half hour of booty hole jokes. That's my entire hour, and now I'm like a comedy scholar. Fuck you. But anyhow, um, sorry, I've had to like follow FCC regulations for most of the people I have spoken.
Oh, Bish,
So,
we're not doing that here. Get it out.
oh my
Get it
god,
out. Fuck these people. Are you kidding me right now?
it's such bullshit. It's garbage. So I have all this going on. I have constant emails coming in. People who suddenly give a fuck about who I am, though they had no idea I existed 2 weeks ago.
Mm.
And I have this outpouring of like well intentioned allies
Ah,
offering me their alternative interpretations of the closer and how it is actually um, a, a, a rhetorical device to open doors for my community.
mm.
And if I just approach it more objectively, I would be more appreciative of the the platform that Dave Chappelle has given me.
Right. Right.
I have never spoken to Dave Chappelle. That nigga has never given me a goddamn thing. Fuck that
Not a
dude.
thing. Not
And
a
I can say
fucking
that
thing.
because like we're not friends. I don't know. We aren't even enemies.
Good God.
We are non-entities to each other. That's our relationship.
Yeah, I'm seeing in the chats we're getting the vibe. People need to learn how to stay in their lane, right? That's the thing
Yeah.
of allies. So allies, right? And the difference between allies and accomplices. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'm guessing if there were a gendered or racialized description of what some of these allies may be, that you may have heard from more than one dude, and
Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
that more than one of them may have been white.
Yes.
Guessing.
Yes.
Mm.
I had um, received two objections to my op-ed um,
Objections.
from Yeah, objection
Objection to
from
the op-ed. Objection to the op-ed. Excuse me. Do you mind if I jump in your op-ed? I'd like to put my
yeah.
op in your op-ed if I could. I object. What the fuck?
So
Okay.
yeah, I had two cis het black women um, question my position, and one of whom, by the way, came away from our discussion with the realization that maybe Dave Chappelle is transphobic.
Oh. Maybe also a bit of a misogynist.
Yes.
Maybe.
And then the other individual informed me that though we may not see eye to eye, she does respect my viewpoint and how I present it, and respects and supports me for the strength and courage I have shown.
Oh, let's agree to disagree, shall we?
Yes. See, so that's how those two conversations went.
Fuck.
The conversations with the 50-some white dudes, I want to be very specific, white dudes, those conversations do not end until I hit the block button.
Yeah.
And it's great when they're like side to side comments, you know, because one comment will be like, Dave Chappelle is an ally and he's done more for the trans community than you ever will. And then right underneath it, it will be some dude being like, Dave Chappelle's the GOAT, tranny. Fuck you, dude. And I'm like, one of you is wrong and both of you are assholes. Yeah. Get off my page.
And quite frankly, you're both so fucked up you're not even wrong. You're just not even you're not even close enough to what we're talking about to be wrong, honey. You don't go to school here.
Yeah. Yeah. And they want to act like they're smarter than me. I had, oh my God, my message on Twitter today, just this morning, some dude, of course, decided to break down his analysis of how I had misreported on the closer. Mind you, he did open his statement with, maybe I would feel different had I watched the entire special, but judging from the Daphne Dorman monologue I saw on YouTube, word vomit on Twitter.
Yeah.
So now I had to do the emotional labor of explaining to this idiot that he's an idiot. Which he should have already known.
Some people just really need to be told to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Have a whole slice of shut the fuck up. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, it's been wild. It's been a trip.
Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. I can't imagine.
I don't know why they feel they should talk to us.
Well, I'm wondering. That's the thing that I'm wondering is what did you envision was going to happen upon publication? How? Because I'm sure you didn't think it was going to get small or have no response. So what was your vision if you had one?
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. This is not my first publication. I expected to write that piece, and then like a small handful of people would read that piece, and one or two of them would like slip into my DMs to call me a faggot.
The blow up was not the explosion.
Yeah, that was my vision. That was my vision.
That was the total
what
of
I figured would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 and 2 would
And
be
then I would,
nice.
yeah, and then I would, be on my way to the next bar gig.
Right. Yeah, no. Afraid not.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened.
Afraid not. Oh my goodness gracious. We've just been asked a thing that I hadn't given much thought to, but I'm going to ask you is any thoughts on the fact that your boy is going on tour with Joe Rogan?
Yeah, it's kind of on the nose, ain't it?
It really, I mean, it tracks. They're frenzies. They
Yeah,
say so.
yeah.
It's a lot of. I don't know how much HGH is gonna be required to fuel that tour. That's gonna take a lot of steroids to make that happen.
Maybe they're going to be the candidates for the Trump party.
It could. Hey, listen. If they certainly were the spokespeople for the last go around toward fascism,
Yes.
I have not forgotten or forgiven
Yeah.
Mr. Chappelle for that Saturday Night Live fiasco,
Yeah. Yeah. It's been great.
letting us know he was going to give Trump a chance.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. We're
Yeah.
wow. Yeah,
And then
Jerome.
he followed through by releasing 4 super misogynistic, transphobic comedy specials,
Absolutely. I don't think I heard the
conveniently just
word.
overlapping.
I don't think I heard the word woman or women
Mm-mm.
a single time.
No, that's not
Uh,
what you call us.
no, there was a whole different word that was aimed at an audience where, when that word is aimed there, I can't even put it in my mouth. You got to lean
Yeah.
hard on the
Have you
T.
also noticed that even when he's referring to potentially justified rage, such as meeting the woman who falsely accused Emmett Till or
Mm,
Candace Owens, that his rants always manage to focus on their genitals
yeah.
and his desired abuse thereof.
Well, and loves to mention what and I apologize. I'm going to say bitch they are. That seems to
Yeah,
be
the
kind of the
go-to
punchline in all of that. And
every time, every
yeah,
time.
it reminds me very much of the weak-minded response that Snoop offered to to the Gayle King commentary about
Yeah,
Robert Kelly, which is to at first ask permission. Can, can I say ciao? Is it all right if I call her one? Which, if you have to ask, the answer already. It's not okay,
yeah,
or you wouldn't need to ask that. And second, watching cishet dudes like just melt down into disrespecting everything that is the divine feminine on and throughout the multiverse,
mhm.
to make the point of like, well, I got the microphone now. Like, it's like, all right, dude, like,
You can't use it for anything else.
there's so many places you could put that. And I just, with all of these fellows, it
You know what?
feels, go ahead.
Honestly, I miss the good old days of dude comics smashing watermelon and like pretending to masturbate with the microphone.
Keep
What
your
happened to that?
racism quiet and smash some fruit.
Right? Hump a stool. Just
Oh, stool humping.
can't we bring back those classics of self-expression?
Well, you've got a little bit of that, right? You've got your Annie Jeselniks, who are your, right? Well, Stephen Wright is too old for young people to look
Yeah.
at, evidently. Um, so he's doing Stephen Wright's whole career,
Yeah.
depressed one-liners, and non sequiturs. It's I I liked it in 1987. It was great.
Yeah. The first time was dope.
It was dope. I liked Thriller fantastic before it was re-recorded by Justin Timberlake. It was great. Then it came out again
Yeah.
and again. So, in all this mess, what is the garden that you are going to grow to till? What can you talk about that is going to be, what you're going to be able to pull out of this bullshit and this kind
Yeah.
of bullshit experience, quite frankly.
Yeah. So the one upside to it, and hopefully it actually sticks, unlike most positives, it's given me the opportunity to name drop a whole lot of brilliant
Mm.
trans and gender non-conforming comics. Um, it's put some of our names in the spotlight. It's gotten some articles written on the topic. So, you know, and I've said this in other interviews as well. I don't know how well my personal comedy career survives this nonsense. But even if I just get buried after this, I'll be able to like just look up, from my shallow grave and see another trans comic on stage fucking killing it, uh, getting like a $60 million contract from Netflix to just like shit on Dave Chappelle for four specials straight. Like nothing else, no other material. So that'll be worth it. That'll be worth it.
Stupid. Stupid ass. Stupid ass. I'm sitting here getting my sincere head on, like, oh yeah. And just shit on Chappelle for 4 fucking specials. Yeah, no, well, I promise you this. You're not gonna be looking down from any grave, right? Because if the opportunity exists for myself, for the other folks that we're squad up with, ganged up with, I know that is not part of what is going to be happening, including the fact that what is this thing we're doing? I don't have any like links or anything for you, but the thing we're doing on the 17th, we're doing a thing right next month, right?
13th?
13th. I know days. Yes, that's what I meant.
Raising Hell at the Abbey with
Yes.
Dirty Angel. Yes. The two of us being adorable as always and awkwardly flirtatious, starting rumors.
Listen.
I do this every time you have me on the show. You know that, right?
And listen, the rumors are let them fly. I like it.
And then, Scott the Second. He's been fucking cracking me up
Yeah.
nonstop. And, oh yeah, Juan Duran.
Juan is hilarious.
Hilarious and sweet and talented, both at photography and comedy.
Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope.
Yes.
And of course, hijinks. Of course,
Yeah,
hijinks.
none to
Cannot.
forget DJ
Come
Wildchild.
on now. Come on now. I
Been
mean,
in my favorite tracks.
when we say Dirty Angel, we hope that you know that's what it means. You're getting hijinks.
Yeah,
You're getting DJ Wildchild. So that's gonna be a good one.
family.
Yeah, yeah. If you can't make it out with us this week, do make us out with us. Make it out with us there. Wow, make out with us there.
And you can make out with me.
Make out with Dahlia there. It'll be a treat for you. Uh, so one of the things that on the less funsy part of it, right, is where I have been weighing what it is to be receiving the sorts of fan mail that we are now receiving. I believe what many would refer to as hate mail. And the it amazes me. Someone went, a couple of folks went all the way through all of the interviews that I've done, all of the shows that I've done to
Oh yes,
find
yeah.
us to comment there from over a year ago about why they don't like us now, and they have no idea who we are at the same time. And while the ludicrous nature of the white heteronormative framework that says, well, this is how I defend myself, and the visceral reminders and seeming unending shower of shit that just I keep finding in my inbox. I'm sure you are finding far much more. All right.
Yeah, it's been something.
Yeah. What really, right? What does that take you, if you're willing to talk about it, back to, right? Because I can think of very specific and visceral moments.
Yeah. So this is something that I had not thought about in quite some time.
Mm.
I like my normal MO on stage or in my essays or whatever I'm doing. It's like, hey, being trans, it's dope. This is the shit. We're colorful. That sort of vibe. But lately, the discussion I've been having is the reality that I'm a Black trans woman who grew up between the 80s and 90s. So, from since elementary school, my understanding was that if I ever came out, I would either die of AIDS or be murdered. And yeah, and the first gay person I knew was one of my brother's friends who committed suicide in middle school shortly after coming out because of how brutally he was bullied as a result. So yeah, it's hmm. How about you?
Mm. Um, yeah, I mean, you know a bit of it, right? Because I've been working it out uh, on stage recently, and I haven't done it a bit because I found the punchline, and so I'm looking forward to like bringing it back out. But the true story is one of seeing my the person who I thought was my best friend on a bus with this white boy who I knew to be the neighborhood and junior high bully, and I was on the bus and happened to have been coming back from a rehearsal, and I love me some makeup. So there was no way I was taking my makeup off. Right, that just
Hmm?
wasn't going to happen, and so I left it on.
Sorry, I'm just plugging in my phone to charge.
You're all good, baby. You're all good. I was on the bus, and I saw him saw me. He said nothing. Um, I heard them giggling, right? And I'm familiar with what that is. But I still trusted the circumstance, and then I got off the bus, and a few seconds after I got off the bus, the window where Chris was opened, and he called out to me and screamed out to call me a faggot. Um, yeah, so that, which was in one way grotesquely, also affirming because it let me know that I was on my track to getting cast in Fame. The scene when Leroy had the trash dumped,
Yeah.
dumped the trash on his friends because they didn't understand that he wanted to dance. Let me tell you something, honey. Gene Anthony Ray was my understanding and vision of masculinity and black masculinity. I didn't. It was not until decades later that I was like, oh, oh, princess is a queen. Okay, I see. Yeah. So yeah, it brought all of that up. It brought all of that fun stuff up. Yeah.
Yeah, very much so. Um, and I guess to be honest, there is also the factor that for me, I've lived in Portland for well over a decade.
Yeah.
Uh, so we're relatively safe. Um, so I forgot that outside of this very tiny bubble,
Mm,
um, yeah, it's still likely that I will die. So that's cool.
yeah. Yeah.
That was
How have you responded to these I'll just say bullshit nods toward accountability, either at the corporate level or at the individual level from the comedian in question. So from Netflix or from Chappelle.
I honestly, I think it's predictable.
Mm,
I think it's predictable. I think it's intentional. I think Chappelle knew there would be outrage. I mean, keep in mind his non-apologetic rant yesterday was essentially a trailer for some movie that probably no one wants to see. But now he's saying that, all these studios and festivals are turning his narcissistic magnum opus away because of cancel culture. So now he's doing stadium screenings in 10 cities and probably charging absurd amounts of money that multiple groups of allies and bigots will attend in kind.
frat boys.
So yeah, yeah, yeah. We should smoke on that note. That's
Good lord.
so I'm very angry because I do feel that I have been roped into playing a part in this publicity campaign.
Mm,
Um, and there's nothing I can do about that.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, well,
So now all I can do is try to leverage the bullshit to make something better so that talented comics get exposure.
and so the you as a talented comic get exposure, right? And part of the talented comic for me really is having a point of view, right? Having something to say, worth saying.
Hmm.
I have been mesmerized by, in particular, women in comedy, queer
Hmm.
folks in comedy, folks across the spectrum in comedy who have been
Hmm.
showing up at the table, telling our full stories, and it is the amount of I don't know what else to call what he did that entire last special except for clout chasing, as the children say. Like, what are you doing? You have nothing else to say except to talk about this poor woman? Like, what's happening right now?
Yeah. And how famous he is.
You don't get more famous, right? Like, I'm so famous that I'm famous, and I'm also famous. Did you know I'm famous?
And did you know I'm famous?
I don't know if you also know I'm rich, and I don't give a fuck about you, but I'm rich and I'm famous, and I don't give a fuck. But don't you?
Yeah.
It's a lot of swearing that you don't give a fuck to not be giving a fuck.
Yeah.
Ugh. How do you feel about comedy?
So, I don't watch dude comics ever. You've met Daddy. Daddy doesn't approve of dude voices in our domicile at all.
No, I love Daddy. Hi, Daddy.
So, yeah, I love comedy because comedy in my world are folks like ourselves or Coco Jim Holiday, Robin Tran, Sophie Connell. Oh my God, I made this wild list that's in Out magazine of 7 trans comics to watch. There's this woman in Canada. She's hilarious on a whole nother level of comedy, but I can't remember her name. But find that list. Check out everyone on that
Tracy,
list.
can you, if you have access to it, it was the seven comics to watch, 7 trans comics to watch.
Yeah.
Maybe you could drop that
we
in
have
the
producers. That's so sweet.
We do have a producer. Maybe you could drop that in the link for us, in the chats. Drop the name for us, or shoot it over to me, and I'll make sure we say it before we're out of here today.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, there's so much talent out there. Mainstream comedy, like mainstream anything, is fucking garbage right now. And they get to more or less control the narrative. But then, in hindsight, just like actually good rap music or actually good punk rock, yeah, the true heads know.
The true heads know. The crate diggers know. Yeah, it really has been, and I would imagine will continue to be, right? A wild ride. Will be much funnier on Thursday night. It's
it's all jokes.
Jokes based in the joke space. This is where we do this. I don't know what happens on Chappelle's podcast. Maybe there it is just rants against trans people. A la Rush Limbaugh. Don't know, but because I don't listen. Because he does it with someone who hates me. Shout out to Talib Kweli.
Yeah! If it makes you feel I don't think Talib likes me anymore either.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. What was your fight about? Mine was about when he stole Reese's music, and it came out in the court papers that he was trying to sexually extort her.
Nice. Yeah, that's probably why he's angrier with you than he is at me.
Yeah, no, he got real mad at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just pointed out that he needs to, do something about his homeboy, Dave Chappelle. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably didn't.
As it turns out, he doesn't have a sense of humor about that.
No.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Dude can't take a joke.
Dudes who can't take a joke? Stop it. It's not like they're the most violent, dangerous people that we're frightened of and that's why we're charming, hoping that they don't kill us before we're out of the room. At all?
You can't kill me. I'm adorable.
Too cute, too sweet. Leave me alone, leave me alone. And the worst part is, like, the sweeter we make ourselves, the more it upsets them. Oh,
yeah.
Oh my god! It's in the chats. The 7 stand-ups to look for is in the chats. Please, if you're watching, clink through. Wow, I words. Click through. Check that out. Dahlia offered that one up. That was in Extra, right? Magazine.
Sure.
Is that where that was? I don't know. All right.
Yeah, there's one there too. There's one in Extra, one in Out.
One in Extra and one in Out. Is there a gay place? Probably you're going to hear from Dahlia this month.
Yeah.
Anything else that you want us to know about? I'm going to give you some screen time. Let the people know whatever you want them to know.
I have a new monthly show at Local on the third Wednesday of every month with Coco Jim Holiday. So that's going to be exciting. And Carlos and we have our 2 shows, Word of Mouth and The Aftermath. And hopefully Carlos knows what's going on with Word of Mouth because I don't anymore. And I'm very confused.
Very confused.
So, other than that, yeah, just like looking at projects that I might get into, and hopefully they'll be exciting for everyone.
Excellent. Hey, the link for the Out article is there. Check that out if words on paper are your thing. And one more time, please, let's get a round of applause for that one. The beautiful, the talented Dahlia Delu Belle. Huh? Get you some collaborators who know how to accessorize their sets. Make sure they match all the way around. That is lovely. Hey, it's been a long time since we've had an actual chat here beneath the philosopher's tree, and thank you for joining us. We will be back on Thursday, and of course we'll be doing all the things, and there'll be all sorts of little stuff there and witty banter about whatever's going on in the news, and I will be enjoying the dissipation of white joy as I continue watching the outcomes and discoveries happening around the January 6th riots. It is my favy. I like that and Succession. I don't know. What are y'all watching? All right. There's another thing you need to know. I'm doing a workshop that you can attend, and would love to see you there. It is a facilitation, and it is embracing conflict for healing and transformation. I have been receiving quite a lot of fan mail about this too. Yay! Oh, white boys are delicious. If you are interested, please consider registering with us at subductionconsulting.com. Hold on. Subductionconsulting.com. It's there in the chats. Your producer, Tracy, has you. Come on, Tracy's got your back. We've been doing this for a long time. We're going to keep it going, though. We're going to keep it going. Hey, you know why? Because this is Smoke and Mirrors. And if you like what we do, you can check us out on the IG. That is Instagram, Smoke and Mirrors, CCB. A couple hours after this goes up, you will be able to find the links and a still of the show of the day. If you missed any of the past episodes, you want to catch up, that's a good place to do it. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube page, do you want to read the words from a brain hole? Well, the place to do that is at Twitter, Caballo Negrito. Twitter at Caballo Negrito for the monolingual amongst us. Caballo Negrito means Dave Chappelle can suck it. That is the literal translation. I'm never going to get famous. Oh well. Hey, do you have a thought, a question, a query? Do you want to call me some sort of weird homophobic, transphobic slur? Reach out at smokeandmirrorsccb@gmail.com, and we are going to get back to you there. This is a thing that is produced and hosted by myself, Carlos Kareem Wyndham. This is also produced by the one and only Tracy Tatamy. The intern is Joshua, and Joshua, Tracy, and I were talking about it, and we're thinking we're going to have to move you into a full-time position here pretty soon. Hey, thank you so much for joining us here today. Please take care of yourself. Please take care of each other. Look out for yourself. Look out for each other. Go get a flu vaccine. Go get a COVID vaccine. Hell, get a tetanus vaccine. See what the fuck I care. Just get all the vaccines. Have a good time with it. Hey, we will be back here on Thursday. Until then, know that I love you. Okay, bye-bye.